Hey everybody. So I did essentially I did a full 10-minute reading on this already, but I'm worried that I'm not worried. I'm feeling that Spirit wants me to do it over. Maybe I think a lack of confidence in my ability to connect with your stepmom led to me explaining relatable moments in my life, in my experience, in my thoughts that I might still post, but those weren't going to give you closure. So what we're going to do, blue card's confirmation. I'm going to do messages from your person pull, and maybe I'm going to do all of them. We're just going to do all my oracle decks. Because I've never done this before. But we follow our intuition. So the first one's going to be the Dark Mirror. I'm going to pull one for what we need to understand about your connection with your stepmom. Obsession. We've got imagery of a crescent moon with a golden disc in the hand, a contemplative face with the vines, golden vines as a crown. The sun as the clarifier. I think that she loved you. I think that she was obsessed with you. I think that she wanted you to know that she would be proud of who you've become and the freedom that you've displayed. Let's do a twin flame ascension. Intense change. This says false twin flame, but what's really drawing me here is the intense change, because passing over is such a big transition. You know, it reminds me of that Doctor Strange clip I shared the other day. You spend your whole life looking through a keyhole, and then you find out that you can widen that keyhole, and nothing's ever the same. Once your mind is expanded, the things that mattered before don't matter anymore. The things that make you feel some kind of way don't make you feel that way anymore. They make you feel different. It's kind of like when you find out that death is not the end, when you find out that you have a whole nother adventure in front of you, that you can go to the past, you can go to the future, you can live lives with those same people over and over and over again in different forms. You know that your journey with each other isn't over, and it wasn't wasted, and that you played the part that you had to play, and that losing somebody creates such drastic change in another person or you, leading them down a different path, leading them to new experiences and new places, to transitions in their own life. And sometimes that's the necessary part of the puzzle. I was describing to somebody else that I've got some kind of deep soul connection with. she thought that we were twin flames. And my advice to her was not to think about labels. You have to own your truth, and you have to know your truth and stand in it, but not to think about labels, because it's not about titles. It's about how we affect each other. You and your stepmom, it seems like maybe you brought each other balance, like there was an aspect of mirroring, a soul connection that caused change within each other. And I feel like, especially for a connection like that, like step-parent, it's hard to have something that positive, even though we know it can't always be positive. There is something inspirational about this. So let's try messages from your person. I don't think this deck was intended for departed loved ones, but you know, they're never really gone. We are always right on top of each other. I have fake profiles on social media accounts to keep an eye on you, and I prefer to be the one making the moves here. I think, in our context, I'm going to take that to mean that she's still watching. Not that she's got fake accounts and is spying on you, but that she's still watching. And I think I prefer to be the one making the moves here probably means that you should look out for signs. My grandmother sent me signs like blue jays and sunflowers. Maybe a synchronicity that was close to her, or something that was like common in her life, you know, like if she grew tulips or something, maybe look out for those, or something, you know, specific to her. I will never admit in person to having financial issues, but I'm having financial issues with the Phoenix as the clarifier. I think that she's struggling to let go. But this rebirth, this next leg of the journey, it's not something to be scared of. Do you still have my t-shirt or hoodie? I think that's indicating some kind of personal belonging that you might have of hers, not necessarily a t-shirt or a hoodie, but something that she gave you that meant something to her. Maybe use that as a connection point. I'm clairsentient, so physical touch is a big thing for me. If, like, I held on to things that my dad owned for a long time, and I would touch them in order to feel his energy. Like he had this old clock that I would just touch, like I do my lantern, my grounding stone. How is she? We've got the results of Jera. The results of earlier efforts are realized. Time of peace, happiness, fruitful season. It can be breakthroughs and stagnancy, hopes and expectations, and peace and prosperity. And then we've got Barkana, which is birth, general fertility, mental and physical, personal growth, liberation, regenerative power, and light of spring, renewal, promise of new beginnings and new growth. I think that she might be hesitant here. She might be a little scared. But if you try and connect with her on an emotional and physical level, keep her in your thoughts, keep on connecting with her energetically, this period of transformation will be eased. She'll be able to find balance and move forward. This might be your gift to her, helping her find tranquility while she makes this change in her life. And I think she'll always be there for you too, because they're never really gone. Even if they reincarnate, you're both places at the same time. You're both alive and dead right now, all of us. I hope this helped.